Okay, here's a vid of a single U.S. Army shelter half set up. The lean-to style that I had set up in the traditional way yesterday with the two poles and basically half of an A-frame is good if you can have a long reflective fire and you got the mylar blanket and you got a pretty big, good-sized fire going, good-sized bed of coals. If I'm out small game hunting and I'm just using my little pocket cooker in front, or I have a small fire, I think this will be a more efficient setup. The idea is to contain your heat a little bit more. This will give you a little more storm protection. I could put my contractor bag over the front there to close it down if it really got nasty out. As far as those two openings in the on the left there, I put my pack or stack up wood there to again close it, make it a little more insulative. So there it is, it's all tight. I'm using my trekking pole, it's offset, on an angle, and that's just to give me room to crawl in and out of there. That setup there gives me the ability to sit up and lay down and get my gear, somewhat under cover, and it works good. It's just kind of an A-frame, modified A-frame style, poncho style, diamond, whatever. I got two guy lines coming out there to keep the sides tight, and everything's tight. So that's the U.S. Army shelter half set up a little differently. So just out on a little day trip here, trying to do a little small game hunting. Haven't seen anything, been sitting in this area for a couple hours hoping that something would show up, but nothing has. So I got out my pocket cooker, some rice, got my little all-weather blanket and my open all saw. There's my Alice pack with my wool shirt on it and the 3-quart canteen, just some gear, just out here reading a book, seeing if anything shows up. Of course, now that I've started a little fire, I'm sure things aren't going to show up, so I'll move on after lunch. But just testing out the gear. Got the canvas gear, the wool blanket, traditional stuff. Using my pack as a backrest. It's comfortable actually on a little hill here. Just kind of in a little oak knoll, got some oak trees. I think this area is prime squirrel habitat, and I've seen squirrel here and I've gotten squirrel here, but it's kind of close to the trailhead, so it's probably hunted out, to be honest with you. I think I need to go a little deeper in, which I'll do after lunch. But it's a beautiful day out, 70 degrees, just nothing really moving as far as small game goes, but perfect weather. Okay, there's a little U.S. Army shelter half set up for one man. I know the traditional way is to make it more of a baker style, but if you're cold, it's not really going to do a whole lot unless you can put a long fire in front of you and get that reflective blanket, which I can't do when I'm out small game hunting. So I'm out hunting, figure, hey, if it rains, it's going to be a problem. Now the pole looks crooked and the whole thing looks a little crooked, but that's done intentionally. I put the pole off to the side so that I have room to crawl in and out of there. Because if you got the center pole right there, of course it's right in your way. So the thing looks a little unstable, but it really is, the canvas is tight, there's enough room to crawl in there, there's enough room to even lay down. Of course, in a traditional setup, you'd set it up with the two poles and more of a wedge style, half of a wedge style. But again, if it's cold and raining, that may not do it for you. So this would just give me a little bit of shelter, kind of like my 5x7 urethane tarp, but allow me to put a little fire in front of there, not worry about the sparking. Depending on the wind direction, I could put my pocket cooker, out there and get a fire going, to cook some meals and not worry about sparking and that kind of stuff. If I need to cover the front up after the fire's done, I can just grab my contractor bag, which I keep with me, and just put that on there with some binder clips. But I know it looks kind of silly, but it is all pretty tight. The canvas is waterproof, and it's just an idea.